All right. So I think we have 1571 investigation issue. I don't know that we have a label for that, so I'll probably just leave it labelless, and I'll let Alejandro, I'll let you label it if you think there's an appropriate label for an investigation issue.
Sure, let me check, but yeah, I don't think we have something like that. Okay, cool.
Just kind of because we're on the topic of labels and like where do things categorize, I wanted to show really quickly before we continue something that I created just to get your feedback. So I know that previously Zen Hub was used on the Compliance Trestle project. I kind of did a little bit of research on the different options and found that Zen Hub, I don't know that there's a free version or not that I found. And so I just created an example GitHub project just to look at all the issues at a glance. And I added only a couple issues just so you guys could look through, see if you thought it was valuable. I didn't want to add a bunch of issues, and then if no one thought it was valuable, then we had to go remove them. So I just added backlog, the current milestone, epics, and bugs. So just wanted to share that real quick, and you guys can look at it whenever you have time and let me know if you think it's something that's helpful. And then on the next one, we could just add the issues there. All right.
Yep.
1570.
Yeah, for that one, I already have a PR for it. I don't know if you recall, Lou, that we needed to change the Python versions that we support right now in the website. It's really simple.
I think I already approved it, so I think.
Oh, you're right. Okay, I'll update my branches.
This is a bug and it's fixed.
Yep.
Perfect.
Thanks.
All right, and 1569.
Yeah, for that one, what we had encountered in the past is that Sonar was at the time of the release, Sonar was checking for an issue or founding an issue once we merged into main or into it was at the time that we were creating the PR from develop to main, and it was reporting an issue that wasn't reported on the PR itself, coming from whatever branch we call to develop. So that one is still there. We need to check, because that doesn't seem to be right. Sonar should be checking already the code quality, and if there is any bug created or introduced in the PRs themselves. So that's pretty much it for that issue. We'll need to look as well. I have created an investigate label. So I think that's amazing here. I couldn't say it's a bug. I think it is, but I don't have the certainty for saying that yet. So.
Right. So in Sonar, because I've been in the Compliance Trestle Sonar lately,
Right.
The main branch that's being tracked there is develop. I actually don't even see a main branch being tracked for Compliance Trestle. I didn't realize that there's even a code quality check when getting merged to main. Because from my perspective, I don't see why there should be, because all of it's checked before it goes into develop anyway.
Exactly. That's kind of weird. Why an issue appeared while trying to merge to main? Because each PR separately should be already checking for that, right?
Yeah.
And to be honest, I haven't ever touched Sonar configuration or that was configured a long time ago, I think, by Chris or Frank. So that's why I wanted to go and dig about it, right?
Yeah, and since there's a lot assigned to you, I don't mind taking this one on as well, because I am somewhat familiar with SonarQube or
Sure.
Sonar Cloud.
Perfect.
Okay, cool.
Thank
I'll assign this to me then.
Yeah. I'm not sure what you said there, but I'm in favor of keeping sonar on the PRs because then I can tell if the PR that I'm working on has 100% coverage or not, which I would like to do. So
Mhm.
Yeah. The only thing I was suggesting is we remove it for like just the release PRs because
yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
And I'll mark it as a bug because I'm not exactly sure if it's a bug, but we'll find
Okay.
out.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so it looks like all the new ones are reviewed. I'm gonna go ahead into the milestone. I know we've seen these before, but I wanted to see, is there anything here we want to look at again? Is there anything you guys think should be removed? Reminder, these are just left over from 3.1 to 0 and migrated over. All right, cool. Or before I move on, did everyone get adequate time to look at this before I move to the next thing?
One thing I wanted to mention is in issue 1548 already done. The one for Chris, which says update release pipeline to use the latest version of Python symmetric release. It seems that Chris created the reference in the issue, but not in on the PR to the issue to be closed already.
Oh, okay. I understand.
Mhm.
Let me see if I can find that PR just really quickly to link. If I can, I'll just find it later, but wondering if it's this. Ah, it is this one. Okay.
That's
so, yeah, 1564.
Yep.
Right. Cool. All right.
Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. I think we can go down
Just as
to
a matter of procedure. I recently reviewed a couple of PRs that the intern has done, and I told him to push him to develop. How do I add to the 3.2 if I wanted to do that? Or what's the process for adding the 3.2 when I tell him to push to develop?
Is it in the issue per se? I think.
yeah, I mean, so how you do it in GitHub, which I wasn't sure if that was the question, but how you do it in GitHub is you can go here to the milestones and simply add it like that.
Fantastic.
All right. And now I've added it. I know we were going to wait on that.
No, it wasn't this one. It was the two different ones. Not this one. It was a different one.
Okay, yeah, I cleared it, so we're all good. But,
So the procedure should be, if you're going to push it to develop, you should add it to the current milestone before you do that.
Right.
yes.
Got it.
And Luke, do you have created one for? Never mind. Yeah.
I'll look at the recent ones. I'll do.
Yep. Okay. Good. I think we need to start being kind of strict with the PRs in the sense that we have an issue assigned to it, right? And it's mostly all of the cases, but if we identify that there is no issue created, we could say, please do create an issue for this, so we can have it tracked in the milestones for the releases. That could be a thing.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Mhm.
right. So 1522 address. Oh, okay. Yep. Lou, it looks like you opened this one.
Let's see. Yeah, this is a feature enhancements, not critical. Doesn't have to be put in 3.2. Something to do. Not nobody's complaining.
Okay. Yep. So enhancement backlog.
Yep.
All right.
Uh,
So this one, incorrect label for SSP generate. I think this one was yours as well, Lou.
yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like Vikas pushed me to open this. Maybe I'm wrong, but again, it sounds like something that's good to fix for FedRAMP. I don't recall. I have to go back and think about this, what the impact is, but Vikas, remember, assign this to Vikas.
Okay.
I think that he's the culprit.
Sounds good. I'll assign it to him.
And if he says it was mine, then I'll have to go back and think harder.
Okay. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, this is a bug.
Yes, bug.
And okay, bug. And I'll just add it to the backlog. We can, if someone is asking for this quicker, we can always move it to the milestone.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Alejandro, this one is yours.
Yeah. For that one, I think I need to recall and remember what I meant to do there, because it was very tight with a requirement that we were having internally in the architecture team. But I don't necessarily know if that is longer needed or it's longer the case. So yes, I think I need to check on that one again before just getting started.
Okay. So you think this is an investigate one, perhaps?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then Alejandro, this one is yours as well.
And yeah, we can actually assign that one to Yihao. I guess its name it's Ma. 01. That one.
Okay.
Yeah, that one is being worked by him already. So we can add that to the milestone because it's probably going to be delivered.
Awesome. And this looks like a bug, right? This.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. And I'm just going to go down maybe to the last comment because I think Lou, you had the last comment on here. So this was requested by an external party. Were you able to gauge kind of the priority on this from this person?
No.
Yeah.
I should take a look at this. Put my name next to this, and I'll look at this next week.
Okay. Would you suggest it go in the milestone or just in the backlog?
Is there someplace in between? Put it in investigate for now.
Okay.
I'll have to write this one down. What's the number on this one?
1505.
Okay. I'll look.
Sounds good. $1503. Alejandro, I think this one is yours about release announcements.
Yeah, that needs to be a little bit more elaborate, I think. What I meant with this one was just to create the issue and have it tracked somewhere, because I think we need to improve how we are communicating or informing different channels that a release has been made, right? Quite often what I sorry, what I have been doing is on several Slack channels internally at IBM, I have been sending the message that a release has been made. But I think we need to create a uniform way I'm sorry, to announce this. Either it's on the announcement boards that we talked. I guess it was this week, Jen, which I think it's really good there. We can include logs and people can go to the link and stuff. But we need to somehow think of a standard way of doing this, because with that we can provide a more I think sophisticated messaging to people for understanding our current release, and we can provide as well this announcement to people like Anka, which is announcing these on various other channels as well. So yeah, that's the purpose of that issue. If you want to, maybe you could assign it to me. I'm not thinking of delivering this for the next milestone. Maybe for the next milestone, that could be good, because I already have a lot of in my plate. Or if there's anyone interested in looking at this, and I could elaborate more, of course.
So is this more like a community issue in the sense that how do we manage the sub projects and do announcements and other procedures, or is it just for Trestle alone?
Well, I was thinking initially for Trestle, but if we can come up with a standard solution for all of them, it'll be awesome. I'm thinking on getting this into automation, and I am not saying that I already have the solution, because that's not the intention. But I was thinking of looking on any solution that we could implement, and we could rely on automation to notify people, right? I don't know if such a thing exists, but I think we can sort it out. And maybe we could start trying out this with Trestle, and if it works, we could spread it to the other repos.
Yeah, I mean, at least the discussion piece, creating a discussion should definitely be doable through just hitting the GitHub API. So yeah, if you want to just kind of add more detail here, then perhaps we could even mark it as like a good first issue for somebody, and
Okay.
and someone could help us out there.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
cool. For now, I'll just assign it to you though.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, Jinja templating enhancements.
That is definitely an issue. Yes. It was open because of a jail authoring issue piece. It was marked by someone that is no longer in that team, but I think the issue is still there. I don't have too much context on it because at that time it was not a priority. I'll have to go and look. Uh, I mean, definitely is an issue, but I need to get, I think, more clarification in my mind because I haven't touched too much the Jinja part, but um, it's definitely an issue. I don't know, Lou, have you worked with Jinja templating before inside?
I know nothing about Ginger. I would say that if nobody's banging down the door, that it looks like an enhancement backlog to me.
Yeah, no, I agree. So I worked with Tony when we reported this issue. Basically, we are trying to use Jinja templating to create the markdowns, to create the SSP for FS Cloud. And we found some abilities of Jinja, like, to create tables from JSON, uh, were, were very limited. And that's where this issue came from. So basically, it's saying that when you process the markdown to generate a table in SSP, then Jinja doesn't, render the table properly. But for now, I think we can mark it as backlog, uh, uh, and maybe that's we can maybe create a epic to go through uh, the overall Jinja functionality of Trestle as well. I mean, like, play with it, use it more, because I'm sure there would be other enhancements which would come out of it. So for now, for this issue, let's mark it an enhancement and backlog.
Okay.
Sounds good. All right. Oh, this issue, Manjeri, I created the repo for the top level website, and I was just going to move this over to that repository. Does that work?
Sure, works.
All right. I will do that after this meeting. I can, because I don't know exactly where it will land, but that's the status on this one. 1497. Alejandro, this one is yours. 1496.
Yeah. 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 The idea here, I think that at the time that I created this issue was to have somewhere documented that the process of transitioning from an OSCAL version to another. I think Lou might have already this documentation, but I don't really know if this could be something that we should be creating on the repo or not. Because the level of details that Lou has is pretty specific to this version. Maybe we could create something a little bit more formal and publish it to the repo, or what do you think, Lou? Is it worth it?
I would, I would, I would call this an enhancement. I would put it in the backlog, and you can assign Alejandro and me to this, and we'll think about it.
Okay.
Sounds good.
We do have a video from Frank Suits. I don't know if that's suitable for posting publicly for whoever is going to do the next release.
Right.
But we really should have instructions on how the release is done in Trestle itself. So, because it's not there.
Yeah, I think that would be great for the contributing guide because I'll be honest, when it comes to the OSCAL upgrades, I wouldn't even know where to start. So
Mhm. Mhm.
cool. Let's move on to the next one. I think, Lou, so you submitted this. I think this might be done. Do you agree?
I do not agree.
Okay.
I certainly didn't. I opened this this issue. I haven't gone through all of Trestle to try every link to see that they all work.
Alejandro, would you be able to assign it to Manish? Of course, I'm not saying it has to be a brute force click on every link, but he could use some of the node plugins to check the broken links which we use in cover content. So can you ask, you can assign it to Manish and he can do it as a quick side one.
If there's some scraping tool that finds links and checks that they don't get 404s or whatever, that'd be great.
Yes. There are number of ones. We use a node based broken link checker in some of our other repos, and it's even a bad idea to integrate it as a part of pipeline. But for now, at least you can execute it against the document and fix the broken links. And do you know where the details are, Alejandro? You do, right? We had integrated it with cover content.
Yeah, I haven't seen it functioning too much because I haven't worked with government content too much, but
I'll send you the details. Okay, I'll send you the details and assign it to Manish. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, let me see.
Yeah, so you can unassign me, assign Ramesh and Alejandro, I guess, and put it in 3.2. This should be done. There should be no broken links.
Yeah. That sounds like a plan.
And what is their handle to?
Ramesh.
Oh, right here. Okay, right here.
Yes.
Okay.
There may be no broken links, but I feel like I found at least one. I don't know.
Yep, sounds good. I'm not sure exactly. I might just leave it labelless for now, and you guys can add a label. I'm not really sure what label could go here.
Is there a label for documentation?
There is.
There is here.
So that would go. Alejandro, and I pinged you the broken link checker that we use.
Sure, that'll be good. Yep.
Yeah, you can install it locally, run it at least for now, and then we'll go on from there. Okay.
So we have a Trestle roadmap issue here. I don't think we can close this because I think it's posted on the CNCF, and I think I see it there. That's what we gave to the CNCF sandbox reviewers as our roadmap. But I will say that they specifically had feedback on how this was presented. So I don't know if transferring this, maybe I know some of this is done, but like transferring this and decomposing it into smaller issues, and then creating something maybe in that project I was showing earlier, after the review, perhaps. But I just kind of wanted to share some of the feedback I saw on how the roadmap was done.
So whatever you think is best. I'm leaving it open is fine by me. If we should be addressing it to enhance our chances of CNCF granting us sandbox, we probably should be moving forward with that, which I hope you're doing, right? So,
Yeah, I'm going to go back and look at the feedback there. I think they were just not expecting it to be an issue. I don't know how high priority the feedback is, but it's probably, yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, if they say it should be someplace else, then I would say move it, close this issue, and say look over there. I mean,
Yeah, this is something that I can assign, and I can talk to Vikas about it a bit later, and maybe I'll just assign it to him and myself, and we can break it down and represent it a different way.
sounds like a plan.
All right. All right. Um, 1476, Alejandra, this one is yours.
Yeah, that one is still a bug. It was opened quite ago, so yeah, I know it's a bug. We should put it under investigate umbrella, I think.
Okay.
Mhm. You can assign it to me, because at first I need to check if it's still valid, which I think it is.
Okay.
Thanks.
Sounds good. Mhm. Oh, okay. And this one was mine. I don't know that this is a valid request anymore. I think it is something that could be done. What prompted me to put this issue in was I was working on integrating the Trestle CSV to OSCAL CD capabilities into the compliance as code repo to transform their kind of YAML-based representation into OSCAL. And some of the classes that I used ended up being private because I needed access to them. I wouldn't consider this high priority. I would be curious, has anyone else asked to be able to use that task outside of the scope of the actual task? Or is this the first time?
I'm going to say it's the first time, and I think it's a slightly larger issue in the sense that these tasks are constructed. The methodology used is usually this has to be done yesterday, and so things are done in a not necessarily best design outcome.
Mhm.
And it might behoove us to try and find things that are usable functionalities that could be, instead of as you found, privately or locally located into some Trestle API kind of place or utility kind of place, so that there's less code duplication and more availability and functionality associated with Trestle. So it's not just, I mean, this is one particular problem, but I mean, it might be systemic in other places as well. So we could probably fix this one in particular, but I mean, there might be a lot more, is what I'm saying. So.
I definitely understand. I have a question then on top of that that I've wondered about. Has there ever been any discussion about decoupling the Trestle SDK from the CLI and putting them in two separate repos?
Again, not really. I mean, a lot of what you see was already in place from Chris Butler. The way tasks work and these different was already in place, and a redesign or a reconsideration really was not ever done. So
Okay.
I guess the answer to your question is no.
Yeah, no, I get you. I was just thinking maybe if it's something that I could socialize, maybe even put in. I've been working on a overarching OSCAL-Compass proposal process, and since that sort of change would affect the entire, it may affect all of the projects. It might be something that we think about as a group, put in a proposal, come up with a design plan, and then implement kind of for the long-term health of the project. Because as you're saying, Lou, like as we continue to add features, this will just stack up. So
Yeah, I'm in favor of, examining the current architecture and seeing if it can be done better. I'm definitely in favor. Sign me up. So
all right,
maybe it's good as
Perfect.
is. I don't know. Maybe it's not. But
sounds good. Yeah,
so,
I'll just,
so we've expanded the scope of this tremendously. I don't know what you want to do about this particular one, but
I am going to take this one for action. I think I'm going to close it, and I'm going to point to something in the community repo, essentially say like, let's do a compliance Trestle architecture review. And like you said, we might come out and say it's great, or here's where it can be improved.
perfect.
All right,
That sounds awesome. Yes. Mhm.
cool. All right, so I will take this one. 1468. This one is yours, Lou.
Let's see. Should not check ID, check description. Yeah, again, this is a bug / enhancement. I'm not sure which. I think. Yeah, put this in the backlog and assign it to me. This might be partially fixed. I'm not even sure.
Okay.
What number is this? 1468.
1468, yes. And 1463, I imagine this one might be.
This I think
similar.
is fixed. This actually. Let's see. Oh no. Let's see. Improve. Must be creating property with namespace that is. I'm not sure if this is the same one I was thinking of. 1463.
Yes.
Me. I'll find out if this is the one he fixed or not. I don't remember.
Okay, sounds good.
Backlog.
Oh, let me move it there. Backlog. And this looks like an enhancement ticket, but is it actually a bug?
All right, enhancement.
Okay, cool. No problem. Is this similar?
I think this should be closed. I don't think this is going to happen.
Okay, perfect. Any reason why we're closing it? Like, do we just say it's like out of scope, or?
I think so. This is something that Anka requested, and it never got done, and nobody's complaining. And until somebody starts banging down the doors, I'm not going to do it. So
I gotcha. All right. I might mess with that later, but there we go. I know we have 5 minutes left, so maybe we can make this the last one, and then we could just kind of talk about any follow-on items we have. Alejandro, this one is yours, 1455.
Mhm. Yeah, I was seeing it, but oof. I don't quite remember, to be honest. Probably some other privileges. You- Yeah, let's mark this as a bug. I think it is a bug. I'm slightly remembering, but I need to get back and review it again because it was a long time ago.
Okay.
Assign it to me. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I figured as we get into these older ones, it's going to be harder and harder for us to remember these. So these will
Yeah.
be fun. Cool. I think that since we're close to time, we could stop here. Is there any action items you guys wanted to record? I already have a few on the notes here.
So you,
And for any,
you
sorry, go
said
ahead.
notes. Sorry, those notes are publicly available for anyone to.
Yeah, publicly available. Anyone can edit.
Okay.
Anyone can edit these. I'll share these in the in Slack as well. Just figured we'll use, for anyone who missed this, I told Alejandro a bit earlier, I figured we could use this to just refine our triaging approach, make sure we all agree, and then it'll become so standard that anyone could run this meeting and kind of play the different roles of this meeting. So that's kind of the purpose behind these here. And I'm trying out HackMD because I'm just seeing if that works better for us than Google Docs. So that's kind of why I chose this platform here.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, everybody. Have a good rest of your day and weekend.
Yeah, thanks for
Thank you very much.
leading these meetings. It's long overdue in my estimation. Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they're really helping. So,
Definitely. Yeah.
all right. Well, bye.
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 Bye. Thank you.